Welcome back. It is week 4 of YPod. I am AD Davis and I'm joined by Mr. 60 Seconds, Gareth Cooper.
Fantastic. I hope that nickname actually does stick.
Well, thank you to everybody who has listened to the previous episodes. If you've not caught them, you can find them. There are 3 others. And we just want to really just recognise a couple of people who shared it and liked it. And a couple of movements and projects have actually added it to their website. So I just want to recognise that right now. So just thank you to YMCA Sweden, to YMCA Europe, YMCA Romford, YMCA Kosovo, Yes, and the World Alliance for adding the podcast to the website. I mean, that's fantastic. Also, huge respect to all the shares and likes on Facebook and Twitter. So obviously just some honourable mentions: New Zealand, Hong Kong, Y Amplify, and Denmark. Thank you guys so much for sharing the podcast and helping us share the echo of the movement. Brilliant effort, wouldn't you agree, guys?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you very much for all those people that have helped and supported this podcast. You know, and we're now in week 4.
Absolutely. And just before we get to the business part of the podcast, just to apologise to the listeners for last week. We understand the quality wasn't as good at the beginning of the show. I think perhaps one of us sat on our mic or something like that. No such problems this week, so we are happy to be back. And just a quick plug for the World Challenge. Gareth, what have you seen this week in terms of coverage?
Well, the World Challenge is, 3 weeks away, 6th of June, #StandForYouth. I've seen a lot of things, actually. You know, the World Alliance trying to create another video like they did with the first World Challenge for the YPass video, which we all loved and enjoyed. I've also seen that a lot of YMCAs around the world have actually already started getting people signing the declaration. Did you see that the president of Uruguay actually signed our declaration?
No, I didn't see that. That's absolutely amazing.
Yeah, the president of Uruguay, Jose Mojica, he actually has already signed it. So, kudos to him and kudos to Uruguay.
Yeah, and I think, Gareth, you raise a really good point. If you sat there listening, print off some declaration sheets, take them to your YMCA, get them on reception, take them to the meetings you're in, start getting the signatures. Don't leave it till the 6th of June. There's no reason why you can't start, even just taking them to your youth projects, your housing projects, any projects you're doing. Like I said, just reception. It doesn't matter. Any meetings you go into, just whip it round at the end. So start now, get those signatures in, and let's all stand for youth together. Agreed?
Absolutely. Get them started now.
Good stuff. And if you've not signed up, there's still time. So get yourselves over to the website, get signed up, get this event rolling, and let's get these young people's voices heard, and let's all stand together for them. Good, plug over. So now we're going to move on to 60-second movement, and last week Gareth talked about YMCA in Madagascar, but that klaxon got him once again. So now it's time for the Bahamas. Gareth, are you okay with this?
Yes. There's only one small point I want to make before I start. YMCA Bahamas and Great Bahama, they're the same YMCA. So, there's a slight...
I believe you're trying to get extra points in here, so let's just cut you off and get the clock ready.
You ready to start that clock?
I sure am, Mr. 60 Seconds, and let's start the clock now.
YMCA Bahama, founded in 1966 and has been an associate member of the World Alliance since 1988. Their mission statement reads: the YMCA Bahamas is a Christian organisation committed to the development of the Bahamian community in spirit, mind and body, and to promote social justice and peace. Very small YMCA with a very small budget, but they do meet the needs of their community. Some very good news that they had up in February was they actually announced they've received help from the Great Bahamian Port Authority and Wolverhampton Wanderers president Sir Jack Hayward in reducing their energy bills by replacing 270 incandescent light bulbs with energy efficient LEDs. They've also installed energy saving equipment between the breaker system, swimming pumps and their snack kiosks. They've estimated that their energy bill was around $130,000, but that's now been decreased. They're using solar panels and gone green, which should delight everyone connected to RGE. So close.
Yeah, you did really well then, to be fair.
Yeah.
Have you got some links for us, guys?
Yes, you can hear about all their activities and all the great stuff they do on Facebook. They're YMCA Great Bahama And they're on the internet. They've got a website, which is www.ymcabahama.com. So go check them out.
Great stuff. And next week, maybe somewhere a bit more European next week. How about Finland?
Finland's great. I'm liking Finland. I'm writing it down as we speak.
Good stuff. So, Gaz, well done for that. And just for the viewers now, what have we got coming up?
We have an interview with Andre and Tina, who are going to talk to us about Yes. And we also have a My Story coming from Serena, who's in Switzerland. And all this is coming up after this.
Hi, I'm Ian from YMCA France. You're listening to YPod.
Okay, so today I am joined by Andre and Tina from Yes. Guys, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, AD.
No, it's great to have you. And you're from the Yes group, is that correct?
Yes.
That's
Yes is the answer. Okay, so for the listeners, what is Yes? What does it mean and what is it about?
Yes is a group of YMCA Europe, youth-led, started by young people, and it has three core aims really. Firstly, to include young people aged 18 to 30 in the decision-making processes of YMCA Europe. Secondly, to consult young people on their opinions and make sure that those opinions are present in important forums like the General Assembly. And thirdly, to help young people, wherever possible, collaborate internationally to form new projects, new seminars, to really use the international aspect of the YMCA to our advantage to strengthen our work.
Great stuff. And Yes is made up, as you say, from people from Europe. And how often do Yes meet and what kind of activities do they do, Tina?
Well, it kind of varies between years, but we try to meet at least once a year. And from the beginning of Yes, it's been related to the YMCA Europe General Assembly. We meet often for a few days before the General Assembly and have our seminar and have some kind of a topic that we address during the seminar, and then we attend the General Assembly as well. Last year we had an additional seminar in November, so we had two big events last year.
We go kind of beyond that though, because our ultimate aim and our ultimate goal is to have any young leader who wants to take part in some activity on a European level. We would like to be that home, that kind of place where they can go instantly to find information or for a support network or a group, or but at the moment when you say meet, it's kind of talking about how many activities do we have, and at the moment we're looking at around 1 or 2 a year.
Good stuff. So in terms of success stories from this last year, have you had any young people who've gone on to do projects or gone on to lead something or just developed personally? Have you got any stories you can both share with us?
Well, from the seminar that we had in November, we had a seminar on project planning in Gdynia in Poland, and after that a few projects have started out on national levels. We have a project in Russia where they've started a youth club, and we have a project in Iceland as well with where the people that attended the seminar are now in contact with the Human Rights Committee in Iceland, trying to put on their project. And what more do we have, Andre?
Floor from the Netherlands.
Oh yeah.
And he's engaged in a number of different projects which he's in the process of initiating. One of which is a body of trainers and trying to bring together all of the knowledge and expertise we have across the European movement in training into a single place that could benefit the movement. Probably one of the most significant pieces of work that is going on at the moment in terms of size, consultation being conducted by Jamie Lockhart from the Scottish movement on youth leadership across the whole of the European movement. And that came about following the Manchester seminar last May.
May 2013.
And And what we're attempting to do now is to get a snapshot, a single picture of what leadership groups, youth leadership groups there are, like on national levels throughout the European movement, and also to what extent on a movement by movement basis, young people are included into the governance structures. So how many young people are on national boards? How many young people are on committees for national program groups? To see exactly where we are in terms of youth empowerment, so that can give both the group and the wider movement a kind of starting picture to build up from and to decide our way forward, I guess.
And that's excellent. And just for anybody who's listening who's not from Europe, we have maybe over 40 national movements in YMCA Europe, and some of them, obviously the oldest being England, 170 this year, June the 6th, plug, and movements that are 10, 12 years old. So that's going to be really interesting to see those findings of how these younger movements and younger countries compare to the granddads of the movement.
It's also really exciting to begin connecting some of these dots. The YMCA really is an ecosystem. There's so many different parts who are moving, and they are both kind of independent and interrelated in a very organic way. And I mean, we don't really have a good picture of how all of this mashes together, in real time. So it's always really interesting. It's the equivalent of getting in one of those submarines and going deep down into the ocean, but with the movement instead. Let's figure this out, and it's really exciting.
I also think that it has given young people a bigger voice within YMCA Europe and within the structure of YMCA Europe. For example, we always get some time to speak at the General Assembly. Well, they devote some time for the young people to come up and talk about things that we've been doing or things that we find important. It also we also have more young people attending the General Assembly, which is obviously the biggest decision-making body within the YMCA Europe. So that is a very good and strong point as well.
Also, through being at the General Assembly, we've also managed to get YES members elected onto the executive committee.
Yes.
So it's not just about presence. It's not just about having kind of pretty young faces. It's that and more. Young people are getting into kind of important positions by our presence, and that's good. We want to continue that work.
Yeah, young people are definitely being listened to now within YMCA Europe, which they maybe always were, but I think it's to a greater extent now than before.
And I like that, and I like that there's projects like YES that are actually smashing this kind of preconception that young people are the future. And I know when I was with you guys in Manchester, the guys that you had at the YES conference, some of them had very high positions within their national movements. There was people there who were part of the World Council, the executive for the World Council. There was project leaders and project managers. There was a lot of talent in the room.
Definitely, and that's something that I've also felt through YES, like what I've experienced in my work with YES, is that there are so many really, really talented young people out there that have maybe gotten into good positions within their movements and maybe haven't. There really is a lot of very, very potential young people in our movement, and I think that we should really, it's really important to acknowledge that.
In the future, we'll hopefully be working to not just ensure that young people are filling the spaces which are available or which already exist in the movement now, but actually see young people really setting the agenda as to how the movement develops in the future. Because it's not just that the young people now have the capability to fill the various roles that have existed for 10, 20 years as trustee of this or kind of committee member on this board or so on and so forth. We really do have a body of young, intelligent, passionate, educated individuals who have the capabilities to form excellent new projects and really change the shape of our work on every single level. So I think yes. I think at its core, it really is about empowerment, and not in the passive sense, not being empowered to speak when you're asked, but empowerment to grab the bull by the horns and take it into the future.
Textbook. Textbook.
Definitely.
So for anybody listening, is there any do Yes have any website links or Facebook group, or what have you guys got?
We've got everything.
Wow, that's a statement. You want to share some links?
Yes has a Facebook forum, which is very active. We regularly post opportunities, both from us and from various other sources, into that group. You can find a link to that on the YMCA Europe website. Or, in fact, you can look at our brand new spanking website, which is kind of sits within the YMCA website. So if you go to YMCA Europe website, if you go to yes.ymcaeurope.com, you'll find us in all our splendid glory. And you'll be able to find information about upcoming events. There's a blog. There'll be some kind of resource packs that have been created through from some of our seminars. And we're always looking for ideas as to how to improve the website. And we're looking for people to contribute. So there's loads to do there online. If kind of seminars and things don't really seem like a good fit for you, we're a community as well. So please get involved.
Nice. So any final thoughts, Andre?
I guess my closing remark would be, I think it's really important for us as young leaders to draw strength from the YMCA's radical roots. And that might sound a bit strange, especially following a lot of us will have experiences of the YMCA, and it generally won't feel very radical. But when you look at how we started, it was about one individual looking at the way society was and making a decision that action was going to be taken to radically change that. And I think that still runs through kind of everything that we're doing now. And Yes is about that. Yes is saying, young leaders, take a look around you. You have the potential. You have the skills. If you want to make a change, let's do this.
And Tina?
I think to carry on from what Andre just said, it's very important that young people don't look at being young as being less capable. We might be a little bit less experienced than some other people, but in other cases, we are also more experienced than people, even those who are older than us. And youth empowerment is not just a fancy term, it is an actual thing, and it is an important thing to tap into, especially in a youth-led movement like ours. Leadership is about knowing your strengths and weaknesses and knowing your passions. So bring out your inner leader and go out and make a difference. And of course, join the Yes Group too. We're awesome.
Thank you for the inspiration. Thank you for the interview, and best of luck with the consultation. I'm sure the results will be up on the website later in the year when it's all done and dusted. Thank you for your time, and good luck.
Thank you.
Thanks for giving us a platform. It's been amazing.
My name is Seraina Hauser, and I'm since 17 years a member of the YMCA Switzerland. Here in Switzerland, it's a joint movement, and we call it CEFI. I knew about the YMCA since I was little. My father was a leader when he was young, and my cousins went also to the CEFI programs. So it was clear for me, when I'm old enough, I also want to go to the CEFI. As soon as I was in the second grade, I went to this test afternoon which my future leaders organized. They've done the whole program about the story of Noah, so we were split up in little groups and every group was an animal. So I think to remember I was in one of the little pigs. So we went to the forest with masks and with paper ears, and we've experienced the first part of the story of Noah. After this afternoon, I went every Saturday to the programs of my local movement. I've learned how to read the map and how to build a tent or a fire. I've done a lot of handicraft projects. I painted for sure 5 times our room in the youth center. I organized programs for, again, 8-year-old girls. They grew up with me too, like I grew up with my leaders. I didn't only organize the Saturday afternoons for my girls, I organized also more and more local events like the Christmas with the parents or the Easter brunch or our yearly summer camp week in tent. These weeks were for me probably one of the funniest weeks of the year. But they were also the weeks where I felt more and more like, do I really want the same like the other leaders? Do we understand our role the same? I really thought about if I should stay in the YMCA or if I should leave. That was a tough time for me, and it was just during my graduation for high school. I've done a gap year, and in this gap year I went YMCA day camp in the western part of the States, and I worked there every day with children from 7 to 12, and it was for me such a mind opener. On one hand, the differences of the culture, and on the other hand, how different the YMCA in the States is to the YMCA which I know. I came back, and I do not really want to stay in my local YMCA involved like I was before, so I started to lead training courses on the regional level for younger leaders. That was the one thing that I've really loved, what I really liked to do. There was the World Council of the YWCA in Zurich. I was working there as a volunteer in contact with women which I would have never met just in real life, and I experienced the first time like this huge movement, this huge diversity but also unity. And for me was clear, I want to be part of this international world. I want to take this chance which we have to be in such a movement, to work internationally, to meet other people. One of the Swiss people said, Seraina, you know now not only the YMCA, YWCA Switzerland know about you, but also Europe and the world knows about you. A month later, I became a member of the Commission International of the YWCA YMCA Switzerland, which organizes the international contact from the CEFI Switzerland to the international movement. And I was also asked if I would be a change agent for Switzerland. And I think these chances that I've got, this story I have, shows on one hand the story of a normal youth leader in Switzerland, and on the other hand my story shows how big the YMCA and also the YWCA world is, how you can go out to the world and get to know all these different and amazing people. My name is Seraina Hauser, and that's my why story.
Hey, I'm Maria. I'm from YMCA the Netherlands. You're listening to YPod.
Thank you very much there for another great My Story, and we move on to Ask the Movement. So every week we ask the movement a question, and then we listen to your opinions and we listen to your voice. I want to stress, keep sharing the questions after the podcast using social media, using the hashtag YPod, or anything you want to say about the podcast, use the hashtag YPod. So Adrian, what was this week's question?
This week's question, guys, was the red triangle stands for mind, body, and spirit. If you could change it, what three things would it mean for you?
Okay.
Again, answers from everywhere. So, again, some good stuff. Some people, well, not some, quite a lot of people said it never needs to change. It's the why that we know and we want to know, and we don't want it and we don't like it to change.
There you go. Go with the status quo.
So there was a lot of people who thought, I don't want it to change. I like it how it is. And like I said, these questions are just for fun. You know, that we just need to stress these questions are. It's not a consultation.
No. I mean, if there are any good ideas, we're going to steal them. But other than that, yeah, it is for fun. It's just for our and your amusement, really.
Yeah. We got some good stuff. Father, Son, and Holy Spirit.
So I think the Catholics are using that one.
Fun, community, and friendship.
I like that one.
Login, like, and share.
Going with the social media aspect, very, very apt.
Acceptance, opportunity, and progression.
It does really say what the YMCA is about, doesn't it?
Opportunity, motivation, and family.
Very good.
Let's have fun. God, community, and transformation.
Yep.
Belonging, purpose, and health.
No, very good, that one.
Health, citizenship, creativity.
Mm-hmm.
We also had I can't think. Somebody went with the, as you know, Gareth, the World YMCA change model, which was space, transformation, and impact. They said that fits perfectly.
It does.
And a lot of people just say mind, body, and spirit. Just saying that it really captures the heart of what we're about. One of the youth workers wrote night-long talks, icebreakers, and peace.
Yes.
Which is anyone who's worked with any young people in any capacity can relate to that one.
We love the peace.
So a lot of good answers this week, Gareth. These were the best of a lot, but the one that maybe made me laugh the most was we need money.
Yes, we need money. That's never become my favourite, that one.
So that's all I have for this week.
I know you said this wasn't a consultation, but can't we change it now to we need money?
So that's all I have for this week. I think it's been a short one, but it's been good. It's been good.
We need money. I hope now every single person, all 58 million of you, when you're in the YMCA and someone says, "Oh, what's that red triangle stand for?" I want you to say, "Well, it means mind, body, and spirit, but it also means we need money." It's a constant reminder that we need money.
It is, and it's very true. Very true.
Very good. So thank you very much for your answers this week, those that answered, and those that haven't and would like to, please use the hashtag YPod on social media to spread the word and spread the love. But also, as we're still promoting the World Challenge, stand up for youth, and I want to see more hashtag we need money. I want to see that trending. We need money.
Great.
So, thank you very much for that, Adrian. And I think that's it for this week. Have you got any final thoughts, final comments?
Just, I'm always amazed when we do these segments and we listen to the interviews and the stories. Just what the YMCA means to so many people is just fantastic. Absolutely,
yeah. I mean, it is slightly unfair of me to summarise an entire movement in 60 seconds sometimes, but we're bigger than 60 seconds, some of the movements, but it is good. It is refreshing to hear the voice of people out there. So, please continue to share your thoughts with us, please, using the hashtag YPod. So enjoy your week, Mr. Davis.
I will, and you too, and I'll see you next week.
See you next week, Eddie. Bye. Bye, guys.